the task force the discussion of how to improve this area. I had Mr. Mickey Thomas come in and discuss these proposals with the task force, basically what all is needed to make a true determination of how much seepage and drainage is coming out of the hill along in that drainage way, and how to best effectively take it down the river through the existing, along with taking a look at how to best improve the road. We can spend money on the road, but if we don't take a look at the drainage, we'll be continually back out there repairing the road. I know there's two major failures on the road as it exists right now, and in the past, to kind of get some past history, right prior to my tenure, the county came and cleaned the ditch, and then Mr. Gregory had a concrete curb placed down the hole to help retain the asphalt, keep the road failures to a minimum. That's worked except for the two areas, and I would say that between the heavy equipment that we've had down there during construction at the water plant and the garbage trucks, and then also homeowners have a lot of deliveries and some construction of themselves that's causing these two road failures. That and not the proper drainage getting off the road. So presented to the task force was the first proposal, as far as the total surveying, and then once Mr. Thomas receives that, then he can actually take and do the total engineering there. Total surveying is an amount of $18,100. Total engineering is $11,000, bringing the combined total in surveying and engineering to $29,100. Storm Task Force voted unanimously to recommend to you to proceed with this project, or we can have some information, or we can bring back before the task force a fix for this.
My question is, once that kind of expenditure, when it comes back, will there be funds to do the work?
We discussed with the task force possibly about taking Shimmy Road and this road together on a bond project. We know we're going to have to take Shimmy Road to a bond project, and so we feel that possibility of the cost estimate, and Mr. Thomas have that back, and we'll be ready in time to look at that and come back before you.
Well, I have concerns looking at bond projects and everything, because we have incurred quite a debt on this water and sewer as it is. I don't see how the city could continue to add to that debt.
This is separate. It's a stormwater. It doesn't have anything to do with the city or their bonding. It'll be all on the stormwater.
Another thing, several years ago, Marvin may remember, Steve be the only other one, I guess. City council voted to replace that curb down on Inspiration Lane once they finished the building, because of the amount of damage been done on it. And unless that's changed or something happens, the city's obligated to replace that curb down there.
Oh, the homeowner side? Yes, sir.
That hasn't been done.
Can we research that?
I'd like to get this done, then we definitely will do.
But the thing was, after they complete the building, because the curbs had been damaged so much through the building process down there.
Oh, I'm not clearly understanding, sir, of the building of all of it down through there,
Of the homes.
of the homes. But the
On the
city,
home side.
They never rebuilt out the way it's going.
okay,
Well, the contractor failed, I think. The original plan was they were supposed to put the road in, weren't they?
Yeah, they were, but then the city took it out because nothing was ever get done, and we had to have access.
Yeah, no, we
The ones, Marsh and that guy, when they bought that and developed it, they were gonna put the road in.
Right.
Then they bellied up or whatever, and after that, then the city took it, because that is the road to the treatment plant.
Right.
and once again, referring to the map, that's the limits of the survey. The survey is fully entailed there, as you can see. Do that. It'll be real short increments, so you'll know the topographical to where they can get the drainage completely off the road, or present what it would take to do it. Present what they would take to do it.
And we're gonna take all those plans funds and put them together to go to the water development board. And we're gonna try to see green funding on this one.
Something has to be done, that's for sure, because that road deteriorates so bad in we have to have a treatment plant.
This is-
homes.
Secret has to be
on the hill too, that's one to see.
Look at something, though, this is, as far as I know, this is the third time we've done something up on Inspiration Lane to
Yeah,
do
but
the water runoff.
But we never did go in and get professionals to come in to design something for us, and that's what we should have done years ago.
Yeah, we knew it was just a Band-Aid, and that's why we did it the way we did it.
With that, sir, you have a recommendation from the task force, and you also have a city staff recommendation that we proceed to survey and provide engineering for solutions that deal with the drainage industry failures. Inspiration Lane from Miller to the cul-de-sac at the water plant.
If you do want to go forward with the contract's pretty simple, but there were two things I really would like to change. One is they retain property ownership of the intellectual property, meaning all of the drawings and stuff are theirs. Usually, I like those. Yes, and recycling. So, you know, they will have some protective language that they would put in that, you know, we won't use it, and they're not responsible to use it. But we want, if we're paying $18,000, we want that property to be ours, the drawings to be ours. And then if it requires mediation, I would like to see some mediation on that.
The total amount is $29,100.
Yes, sir.
I move that we approve the recommendation from the Stormwater Task Force for Surveying and Engineering Drainage Services on Inspiration Lane in the amount of $29,100, as well as authorized, contingent on the final approval from the city attorney.
Second. Have a motion second. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Can you send
Bet you
those
we did, we put that back with the changes.
with the changes?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gordon. Thank you.
Item number 16, consider approval of membership agreement in Electric Reliability Council of Texas, which ERCOT for membership for the 2020 year. This is something we've done every year for how many years, Martin?
A long time.
What it does, it ties us up with others for bargaining purposes to get us low rates in reality, supposedly.
The approval for the agreement elected, city liability council of Texas, for the year 2020.
Second. Motion is second to approve membership agreement with ERCOT. Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Item 17, consider approval of installing historical marker on Coach Park honoring Johnny Rutherford as presented by the American Racing Memorial Association, ARMA, with the official unveiling on Saturday, November 9th, 2019 at 10 a.m. And folks, I think this is really an honor for not only Johnny Rutherford, but for the city of River Oaks. And they approached us wanting to do it, and thank goodness the man's still alive and can see that in Coast Park. They're right there on the boulevard, and we've discussed a little bit, maybe even after this is all in, maybe put in a place to park so somebody, if they want to pull up in there and park or something, but that'd be something council would have to look at in the future. But getting this, I think, is a tremendous boost for our city.
You don't have any recommendations, what location on Coach Park?
I think the police chief with staff should make the decision because we do not want it to impede with our traffic or safety or anything like that.
I agree with that. So, yeah, I'll make a motion that we approve the installation of a historical marker on Coast Park honoring Johnny Rutherford as presented by the American Racing Memorial Association with the official unveiling on Saturday, November 9th, 2019 at 10 a.m.
Second.
I have a motion second. Any other discussion?
Just, like you say, it's a real honor, it's a real, we've got a lot of history in town, but there, to have, a lifelong resident, that's a three-time Indy 500 champion is, just phenomenal. So anything we can do to honor